family. It is Monday now. I am just starting to edit the video that went up last Wednesday, which was the state recipes video. I have been sitting on these 5 state recipes, the footage of them, for, I think the earliest one I did was Indiana, and I think I filmed that in like September. So I've been sitting on this footage for several months, and I've just not gotten around to finishing filming and editing. So I am doing that today. So you will have all of that video, and I've already gotten back into planning for more state recipes that I'm going to be cooking in February, meaning that I will have hopefully those videos up a little faster, because as of this video, I only have up until 25 states. So I am officially, as of this video that went up on Wednesday, I am halfway through all of the states. And when I started this project, my initial thought was to do all 50 in a year, which, looking back on that now, is insanity. So I'm glad I didn't force myself to stick to that, because I would have gone insane. I'm looking for something to eat right now because I'm kind of hungry. I might actually have a soda. I don't know if I want soda right now or not. But we had friends over for dinner yesterday, and we made pasta, just kept everything really simple. They have 2 little kids, so we thought that was a really safe route to go for children. One of them doesn't eat regular food yet because he's still so little, so. But then the husband made a French silk pie from scratch, and there's only one big piece left. This is the rest of the piece. Look at how amazing that looks, which it's a big piece left in there, but I already ate that much. That was doubled in size earlier today, and I ate that already. So I'm leaving that for Dan, or to find out if Dan wants it, because I don't want to just be a glutton and eat it and then be like, sorry. But I'm working on, finished the meal plan for February, so I need Dan to look that over to make sure that he's a-okay with that. But other than that, not much has been going on so far. We've gotten a lot of snow, but not a lot of snow. Like, I'm looking out the window and things are already melting a lot, and I can see a lot of the ground. I don't know if this is going to be our big snowfall for the year, but part of me kind of hopes that it's not, because I really wanted, like, drifts of snow. But of course, I'm used to living in the country where the wind can drift things, and in town, the wind doesn't have the opportunity to do that like it did in the country. So, a little sad about that. Kind of miss being snowed in because vehicles physically can't get past the drifts of snow that are taller than you. So, a little sad about that. Kind of miss it a bit. But on the other hand, I'm not afraid to drive, where usually in the winters here, I was afraid to drive because of how awful the country roads were, because plows and things didn't touch those. So here, plows touch these roads, so I feel much safer driving, which is good. Breakfast has always been one of those meals that I just could never eat. I've always had such a weak, like, nauseated stomach in the morning, just forever. And I remember always trying to eat breakfast, but it's just like I would have to be up for several hours before eating if I wanted to have a strong enough stomach to not throw it up. Unless I was on vacation. If I was on vacation, then I could wake up and go straight down to the breakfast buffet that whatever hotel that we were staying at had and chow down and be totally fine. And also be waking up like 3 hours earlier than I usually wake up. Vacations are like the anomaly in this, not the normal. Even before I got pregnant, I'd been trying to get better at eating breakfast because a lot of people say that it is the most important meal of the day. So I'm like, okay, I should probably try to eat breakfast, because my usual order of eating throughout the day, it used to look a lot like this. I would wake up, I would maybe have a granola bar, and then usually I waited until I got to work, and then I ate the granola bar, and because then I was up for about an hour at that point. I would typically work through lunch, not eat anything, just so I could get my work done, get off of work, go home, eat a ridiculous amount of food because I've been awake for 10 hours. And then I would wait until about 9:30 at night when Dan got home, and then we would eat another huge meal for dinner. And that's what my eating habits looked like for a long time. And I know that's not healthy, and I know that's not what I should be doing, but that's what it looked like for a long time. So since moving back to Illinois and not working, I've been home, so I'm able to eat. Well, then my tendencies go right to what they used to be when I was younger, which is grazing. I would eat all day. Whatever there happened to be, I'd just eat it all day. When we moved back, I started gaining some weight because I was constantly eating. I was able to get away from that and get better at that and get that under control a little bit. But I would still not be eating breakfast because I still wouldn't have the stomach to eat it. Well, since becoming pregnant, I realized breakfast really is very important if I don't want to feel like absolute garbage for half of the day. So I've been trying so hard to get better at eating breakfast and to have different things for breakfast. So like I have yogurt and granola right now. I would never have reached for this ever. I'm not a huge fan of yogurt. It's just the texture is just kind of like bleh. I know the calcium from the yogurt and the grains from the granola are both two things that I need in my diet. So I've been trying to reach for that more. I have a lot of eggs for breakfast, like scrambled, that sort of thing. So I have like eggs and toast for breakfast a lot. I've steered away from cereals because having a bowl of cereal, for some reason, the milk has been not agreeing with my stomach at all. And now that I have my morning sickness under control a little more, I'm wondering if that would be okay to try now. It's still so difficult for me to eat in the morning. If anybody watching this has had a similar situation where you can't eat breakfast and you've tried, if you've found something that has worked, whether it be a specific food that you eat or a specific routine in the morning that helps prepare your stomach and your brain for eating in the morning, please let me know what it is, because I'm willing to try anything. I would very much like to become a breakfast person because there's a lot of really good breakfast foods that I don't necessarily feel like I'm missing out because I could just have them later on in the day if I wanted. There's something about having breakfast foods at breakfast that just kind of feels right. So if you have any tips, please let me know what they are, or at least let me know that you're in the same boat as I am so I don't feel completely isolated in this little ocean of nausea that is my stomach. Also, it didn't help my breakfast stomach at all that I woke up this morning to smelling a pork roast that has been slow cooking for 4 hours already. 6 hours already. I woke up at about 5:30 this morning to get that started slow cooking so we could have pulled pork sandwiches for dinner tonight. And when I woke back up, it had already been slow cooking for several hours, and it was just that smell has fully penetrated every crevice of this house. It smells amazing, but it didn't help my breakfast stomach because I woke up and I could smell this amazing smell that I knew I couldn't have. And then I was just hungry, and then I was nauseous because I was hungry. And it was just a whole thing. I was able to eat that granola and yogurt really easily, which was nice. Very good. I'll probably be hungry in about an hour again, so. Dan and I were at Aldi the other day, and while we were there, we looked at the little special buy aisles that they have, and came across this. This is dill pickle flavored popcorn. Dan had mentioned that it was at Aldi. After he had mentioned it, I had gone on Facebook, and somebody else that I'm friends with on Facebook had posted about it, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, we have to try it. And so when we went to Aldi, they had all the popcorn there, but it was all just regular popcorn, and Dan had to dig to find like the one bag of this that was left. But we found it, and I said we need to get it. I want to try it because I'm very curious to see if it's actually good or not. I love popcorn, I love dill pickles, so I hope I love this because it's also a lot of popcorn. Oh, that is an overwhelming dill pickle smell. Oh, it definitely, wow. That 100% is a perfect blend of pickle and popcorn smell so far. That's what it looks like. It just has like little dill seasoning kind of splattered around on it. All right, feel like my soul just left my body for a second. What was that? It's dill, but it's just so much popcorn. 100% I'm gonna eat all of this. It's like the flavor, the same thing happened when I smelt it. The first whiff that I got was like, and then like you just opened a jar of pickles, and then you smell it more, and you're like, okay, no, there's popcorn there, and then the popcorn sort of overpowers the dill almost. And the same thing when you taste it. That very first taste, it's like eating a pickle, but then you keep tasting it, and it's like, no, there's popcorn there. Then it's like, no, it's just popcorn with a hint of pickle. Yeah, that's strange. I mean, I'm not mad about it. I turned the camera off and I've just been sitting here by myself in the silence eating this. So I'm gonna call it a success. Yeah, 10 out of 10. If you like popcorn and you like pickles, go for it. No, it's just the more I eat it, the more addicting it is. I actually don't think I can stop. It is a new week, meaning it is time to end this vlog and start next week's vlog. So I hope you guys have had a great week, and I hope you have a great week, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye!